A program like this would not be proper and complete without some sort of a proclamation. And we are very fortunate today to have Garey Bies here to talk to us about this proclamation. Garey Bies, of course, is the representative for the 1st Assembly District in this area. You might know him from years ago, and hopefully maybe you didn't, because for 30 years he worked in law enforcement up here in Door County. But for the last few years, he is now in his 5th term in the State Assembly down in Madison, Wisconsin, and he is serving the 1st District well. He has a Senate citation underway concerning a joint resolution regarding Peninsula State Park's Centennial. And to present that information to you today, here he is.
Thank you. Welcome to our beautiful weather, huh? My first involvement in the park, I just want to reflect a little bit before I read this citation. It was back in 1965. I just graduated from Manitowoc Lincoln and spent the summer up here before I started my 4 years of service in the United States Navy in that September. But as I have a good 4-hour drive to Madison every time I make that trip. And recently I was reflecting on just, what did I do in this park? And it was really, the more I thought about it, the more things I was remembering. So I started to make a list. I'm sure a lot of you that have experienced the park, you don't think of it in that way, but when you start making a list, it's really, to me it was amazing. It goes to hiking, climbing the tower, the biking I've done here, camping with my scout troop when I was scoutmaster. Had some exciting times with those boys. The swimming, the boating, picnicking. A group of my friends, retired law enforcement officers, we come here about 3-4 times a year over in Welker's picnic area. Do a little picnicking, watch the bats come out at night. The cross-country skiing. The first time I did that was here, and I gave up counting how many times I fell, but it got better after time went on. Watching fireworks that they used to shot off at either Fish Creek or Ephraim, it was a great view from the park. My attempt at golfing, which added to more frustration. A couple times I got permit for do black powder hunting during the deer season. The beautiful sunsets, all different times of the year. The last time my wife and I I think it was early March, was a beautiful sunset going down. And I said, let's go take a quick ride. And we sat on a bench with our feet in the snow and took some pictures and watched the beautiful sunset go down into the into the horizon. Matter of fact, if you come to my office in Madison, from one of those summer sunsets, you'll see a picture on my desk just to remind me that things are better than being in Madison. The fishing we've done off the shore, off the docks, over on the ice, from a boat on the shoreline, great. The sledding, a number of times the older you got, the less sledding you wanted to do. Mentioned Heritage Ensemble. I remember bringing my kids here, and we always thought it was a great treasure, but maybe there was 50 of us, and it was, I think the kids are free, and it was $2 a head, but it was always a great show. And watched Doc Heidi, how he developed in such a tremendous asset we have in this park. And we bring some excerpts of American folklore to Door County Days down at the Capitol. We just had a couple weeks ago, and so many compliments I have received from the shows that they put on, and I know a number of my legislative members have made it up here to see the full show, and it's just a tremendous thing. Weddings, 3 of my children are married, and they all made it into the park for part of their wedding pictures. Also get a chance to reflect a little bit at Blossomburg Cemetery. The first sheriff I was hired under and worked under for 12 years. Baldy Bridenhagen is buried there, and you know, got some good and bad memories there, but you know, because there were a lot of tragic things that we went through as, you know, as a department, as him as our leader, and also had a lot of good times. And you know, the law enforcement that we did within the park, a lot of times, you know, they were scrapped, and sometimes they had some interesting affairs, and we had to come in and bolster their enforcement efforts. So a lot of good things, a lot of good memories, and I bet you, you know, unless you write them down, you don't realize just how much and how important this park is to everybody. It's a great asset to bring tourists up to Door County. You know, Door County is the 6th producer of sales tax revenue in the state, and this is one of the reasons, because people come up here to enjoy, you know, this park and the 4 other state parks that we have in this county. So it's extremely important to the district and to the state. I'm going to read a citation by the Senate. This is very similar to a joint resolution which I have authored, and I think the last count, when I checked on Friday, I have about 40 co-authors that will be passed in the Assembly and then in the Senate in the next couple of weeks, and then be presented to the Tom Blackwood here. It says, know you by these presents, whereas Peninsula State Park is celebrating its 100th anniversary on June 7, 2009, and whereas Peninsula State Park was established in 1909 when the land was purchased for less than $20 an acre, and is Wisconsin's 2nd oldest state park and the first established under the state park system. And whereas the 3,776 acres Peninsula Park is the state park system's 2nd and busiest park, #1 revenue producer, and most popular camping destination with 468 campsites. And whereas Peninsula State Park is considered to be Wisconsin's most complete state park and offers a multitude of activities for visitors, including hiking, biking, boating, fishing, golfing, swimming during the summer, fall, and spring seasons, and cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, sledding, and snowmobiling in the winter seasons. And whereas Peninsula State Park has a significant impact on the local economy of Door County, generating up to $30 million of revenue for businesses. And whereas Peninsula State Park is the icon of Door County and the state of Wisconsin, attracting visitors across the state, region, and country, and allowing them to experience the beauty and grandeur of Wisconsin's natural resources. Therefore, the members of Wisconsin State Senate, on the motion of Senator Lassay and Coles and State Representative Garey Bies, do congratulate Peninsula State Park on the occasion of the celebration of their centennial celebration, signed by myself, Senator Lassay, Senator Rob Cole, Senate President Fred A. Risser, and Chief Clerk of the Senate, Robert J. Marchant. I'd like to present this to Tom Blackwood, please.
Representative Bies, thank you very much for that. And I'm certain that that is probably at least one piece of legislation down in Madison that is going to receive bipartisan support.